Prop 30 is being advertised as a climate initiative, but in reality, it was devised by a single corporation to funnel state income taxes to benefit.
Governor Newsom is doubling down in his opposition of Proposition 30, a proposed new tax on the wealthy to fund efforts to fight climate change. Newsom is the center of a new multi-million-dollar ad by the No on 30 campaign. The ballot measure fight is setting up to be one of the most contentious of this election cycle.
Our political reporter Greg Lee explains why the governor is straying from his party on this issue.
Fellow Californians, I need to warn you about Proposition 30.
In a newly released political ad, Governor Newsom takes aim at Proposition 30 and its major backer, rideshare company Lyft.
It was devised by a single corporation to funnel state income taxes to benefit their company.
Newsom's role in the ad underscoring the split between the governor and the state's Democratic Party and several environmental groups that support the measure.
We don't think we're doing enough to address air pollution and wildfires and climate change. And one of the best ways that we can address those problems is through Prop 30.
Voters will decide in November if Californians who make more than $2 million a year should be taxed an additional 1.75% to fund climate projects. Most of the money would go towards helping people, especially low and middle income residents, buy electric cars and building more charging stations. A portion would go towards wildfire response and prevention, including hiring and training. Supporters include the California Democratic Party and Lyft, which has donated more than $15 million. In a statement, Lyft said environmental groups approached them, also writing, "The recent heat wave and growing number of wildfires throughout the state are an important reminder of how urgent it is for us to act on the climate crisis and how we're all going to have to do our part." Supporters also say it'll help achieve the state's zero-emission goals, including a mandate for Lyft and Uber to use electric cars for 90% of their miles by 2030. The state Republican Party and California Teachers Association joined Newsom in his opposition. The No campaign points to the billions of dollars the state's already invested in zero-emission programs and fighting climate change, and accuses Lyft of trying to use taxpayer money to meet the electrification mandate.
If this passes, you're going to have all sorts of corporations, publicly traded companies out there trying to go to the ballot for tax increases for what it is that they want. So this is really bad public policy.
He funds these programs through the budget, just not enough. So we're proposing to increase those. And I think his real problem with it is that the way that we're funding this is through a tax on the ultra wealthy.
Newsom's split from his party and alignment with anti-tax groups surprises many, but California reporter for Politico Jeremy White said the governor is likely weary of a tax increase amid economic pressures.
Tax increases are not that politically easy to achieve, so I think even beyond the governor, there is a question out there of, if we are going to raise taxes on California's wealthiest again, what is the best source for that revenue?
The state's Legislative Analyst's Office estimates Prop 30 would raise $3.5 to $5 billion annually, growing over time. Greg Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.